we move on to react to some of the top soccer headlines, and it has to start off with the transfer news of Conor Gallagher. It has seemed that Chelsea and Atletico Madrid has agreed to a term on a deal for Conor Gallagher, as Conor Gallagher has rejected a new contract in Chelsea, and it seems like Gallagher is set to be interested in this move to Atletico. Gallagher turned down a 3-year contract extension, 2 years with an option of another year to extend his Chelsea contract, and he turned down this offer in early June, a little bit before the European Championship. And now Gallagher is interested in the move to Atletico, and Chelsea are willing to make it happen, and they haven't agreed a deal with Atletico. You know, it's set to be around $33 million, according to sources, and Chelsea, they wanted to sell him. They reportedly wanted to sell him to a club outside of English football. So they actually took a lower bid than £45 million, which was actually discussed with Aston Villa earlier this summer, and it's said that Gallagher's interested, but it's still not sure if he's 100% willing to accept this move. But Chelsea are willing to sell him, and and Gallagher, he kind of open because he's kind of open to this position. He has flexibility because he is a free agent next year, so he could put himself in a position where he stays one last year at Chelsea and just leave on the free, and have the options of sort of all the clubs and have more ability to earn more money, because there's no transfer fee to worry about. But at the same time, I don't see how Gallagher, I don't think, I think if he wants to go, I think he's going to try to get out of there. And I think Gallagher to Atletico is actually a good move for him, because that's the sort of player Diego Simeone would love to have. He has just enough technical ability to be very valuable for Diego Simeone. He has that sort of work rate. He has the flexibility. He can play deep line playmaking positions. He can also play a little bit more attack-wise. He has the sort of ability to be good enough for Atletico midfielder. He has extreme work rate. He's gonna run his off for Simeone. He's gonna work hard for him. He also has that goal-scoring ability to himself, where he can get a goal here and there. He has that sort of nature to him. Has a long-range strike. I think, he's sort of a very similar player to Rodrigo de Paul. I really do. I think he's a similar player to the likes of Rodrigo de Paul. So I think that's a good move for Conor Gallagher and Atletico Madrid. For both, I think it's really good moves for both of them. Marcus Rashford, he actually exited United's friendly win. I just figured this out a little bit just now, actually. United could be facing potentially more injury issues when Ronaldo, he was forced off during their friendly against Betis, and he limped off into the tunnel 23 minutes following him being substituted in. Anthony, he also went off. No. So Rashford required treatment on the pitch, and he was limping as he walked off, and he had a straight down there. Anthony also had to go off just 23 minutes after he was introduced as a substitute. So both Anthony and Rashford suffered issues. That's really, again, more horrible news for Manchester United. It just seems like they can't get any sort of luck on their side. Former English men's national team manager Steve McLaren is leaving his role at Manchester United as the assistant coach to become head coach of the Jamaican men's national team. The JFF, the Jamaican Football Federation, has announced this Wednesday. Steve McLaren is signing a 2-year contract, and his main priority or main task will be getting this team to qualify for a home Confederation World Cup. Like, they're not the home team, but it's going to be in their confederation with the USA, Mexico, Canada, in their region. And yeah, when speaking about this, he said, Steve McLaren, 63-year-old, said he was extremely proud and excited. I had no hesitation in accepting a position that is ideally suited to me at this stage of my career. Prior to returning to Manchester United for a second spell, I spent time at FIFA as a technical advisor on their global eco-analysis project. Jamaica was one of the teams I worked with, and I quickly came to realize the potential the country possesses. In the years since, that potential has grown significantly, and there is every reason to believe that with continued hard work and development, a bright future lies ahead. Ten Hag actually also came out with a statement following Steve McLaren's decision to leave, saying, I want to thank Steve for his tremendous services over the past 2 years. He has been an invaluable source of support and advice to me since I arrived in English football, helping us achieve 2 trophies while laying down foundations for further success. Steve and I have been friends for 16 years since we first worked together at FC Twente, and that relationship will continue as he embarks on the next challenge as well as bond with Manchester United. All of us at the club wish Steve the best of luck in his new role. McLaren also came out saying, I am delighted to have played my part in helping Eric deliver 2 trophies to the club, and for my final game to have been our FA Cup victory over Manchester City. There can be no better note on which to end. I have no doubt that the foundations that are in place at Manchester United will see the club challenging again soon for all the major trophies. When the Jamaican FA president, Michael Ricketts, also came out saying, we are truly elated to announce the appointment of Mr. McLaren as head coach of the Reggae Boys. We are confident we made the right decision, and we are looking forward to him guiding our nation towards the 2026 World Cup. That's, we'll see if that can end up being a good hire for the Jamaican Soccer Federation. I thought their previous hire of getting Haldorsen, the former Iceland coach, was a good hire for them. Was a sort of manager that got the team playing better than the sum of the parts. That didn't work out. We'll see about Steve McLaren. I think Jamaica has huge federation issues that are the main issues right now of the team. But Klopp, he has ruled out England and USMNT, and he actually hinted at retirement. He was linked with those 2 managerial jobs, but he said at the International Coaches Congress in Wurzburg, nothing at all. Job-wise, nothing at all. No club, no country. Some people must not have heard that part. When he was asked specifically about the England job, he said, that would be the biggest loss of face in the history of football. If I said, I'll make an exception for you. Klopp did say he wants to return to work, but after a break, but it was maybe not as the manager. He said, I will work at something. I'm too young to just play paddle and only spend time with my grandchildren. Will it be coaching again? I would actually rule that out at the moment. We'll see how things look in a few months. Right now, nothing is coming through. I really hope this break, really re-energizes Jurgen Klopp, and a breakaway gets him back to wanting to be a manager again, because I loved Jurgen Klopp as a manager. I loved watching his teams play. I loved watching his sideline sort of, not antics, but his demeanor, and club made me respect Liverpool, not just the way that they played, but just the emotional connection that he created with his fans. I think Klopp is, one of the best managers I've seen in my lifetime. So I really hope that this break, this hiatus, gets him back to wanting to be a manager again. And I hope he's able to come back in that capacity as being a manager and continue to play dominant football and lead his team. Whether it is for club football, international, it don't matter. Just I want him back managing. Hopefully we get that soon. Thank you guys for tuning into the GSMC Soccer Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you once again and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired.